Hello, icons. How are you? This is Asa Leveaux, founder of House of Icons, also known as the Icon Architect. What we do is we create, position, and monetize your expertise. Welcome to day 46 of the 90-day $1 million Odyssey, where I document my journey to creating my first $1 million within a 90-day container of time. And this being day 46, we know that we are past that halfway point, which means we have 44 days to go. So, what have I done today to bring me closer to that benchmarked goal and plan? Today, the appointment setter that I told you all about, he has signed all the necessary onboarding documentation. And so tomorrow, I'll be giving him access to the email that he will be using to send out messages and get all that going to have appointment settings. So very excited. That's good. That's good. To support my appointment setter, it's important that I, of course, provide information to him, and so I have done that. I'm in the process of doing that. So I, for the last 2 days, I've been in conversations with individuals that can provide me the data for our target market so that we can reach out to them successfully. And so I'm getting quotes right now, price quotes, and they're all roughly about the same. And so it's really going to be based on the types of data that they can give me because the pricing is the same. And of course, it's just the basic stuff as far as the name, the email, that kind of stuff. But I would love to go more in depth. Like, how in depth can you get so that we can really support them and reach them without, of course, making it seem like we're stalking them. Well, we're stalking them on the back end. We're stalking them, but it needs to be. They need to feel as though this isn't a spam. They need to feel that. They need to feel protected with that. So, um, those are the main things. Today has been a day of working with a particular client, one of my celebrity clients. They are in the process of launching something, and so some of the tech wasn't responding well. And so it's my job to ensure that the tech is well. Like, your tech has to work. If I'm on the team, your tech must work. All of your integrations, everything needs to be firing off in the way you said you want it to be firing off. And if it's not, we need to find out. So being on calls with multiple, tech support from multiple channels, and them and their assistant, that was today. My day was spent in that way. Uh, Also had a conversation with a friend. I can say they're a friend, about everything that's been going on. They haven't really followed me, and they asked me. They're like, "So how are you doing?" And I damn near cried when they asked me how was I doing. I was like, and I said I feel like crying. You saying that I'm very. I don't take it lightly these days. I haven't taken it lightly. I don't remember taking it lightly. Maybe before before I was like 25. Before I was 25, when someone asked what I was doing, I would. Before I was like 25. Before I was 25, when someone asked what I was doing, I would kind of do like the random, I'm cool, and just do that. But ever since then, and every day with more intention, because I really do my best to sit with myself in that moment and assess and give people an honest answer. So you ask me, so Asa, how's it going? Like, how are you? I take a moment, I take a beat, and I wonder, I ponder within myself, like, how am I? I think that's God manifest. I believe that all humans are God manifested. I believe that RuPaul said it best. We are all God in drag, or we are all God. The rest is drag. And when God is asking you how you are, I think it's important that you answer and you find not an appropriate answer, but you find an honest answer, whatever that feeling is. And so that's what I did. And so that resulted in like an hour-long conversation of them being updated on what this has all meant for me, what it's felt like. Yep, yep, I did. Um, what else has been going on? I had a client. So I don't, I'm not someone that is a coach who coaches coaches who coach coaches. That's not what I do. That's not what I do at all. So there are clients that I have that have, based on what they do, there may be a coaching element or a consultative element to their business model. And so the clients I have clients, and one of their clients who was also a friend of theirs, ascended, so they are no longer on Earth. And not that my client needs me, like is solely needing me, like I'm not their only form of support at all, but I made sure that I was present for them. Yeah, I made sure I was present. And that felt audacious to be present in that way. I haven't had to be present in that way for quite some time, so that felt audacious. Not dynamic, but definitely audacious. Let's see. Um, I should be getting an invoice tomorrow so that I can ensure that we have the webinar video. The webinar video has been edited, and so we need that so that the launch that's happening next week can take place. And the launch next week is my birthday week. I say that like a giddy school person who is not turning 41, and I have no qualms about turning 41. I don't. I can still run my 6 miles because that's my run route. So every other day or so is when I run my 6 mile run route. I'm doing my best as of this week. I saw a TikTok and they had a push-up board, and I'm really doing my best right now to annihilate all expenses that if I can handle. So they were like, there's this push-up board, and so the person that was talking about the board was like, I do 1,000 push-ups on this board, and I'm like, So I didn't pay attention to like the board part. I paid attention to he does 1,000 push-ups, and so I'm doing my best to get up to 1,000 push-ups in a day. So right now I'm doing around 500, 400 to 500. But I need to do that 1,000. Just in the couple of days that I've been doing it, I've been seeing I've been seeing my body change, especially like the shoulders and chest area. The stomach area needs to change, but the stomach, for me, stomach is all about diet. So I just need to eat more fruits and veggies. But finally, my car will be getting out the shop within the next 24, 48 hours. So actually, 12 to 24 hours. So because of that, I can finally go and get more of the fruits and vegetables that I will need to have throughout my day. I would love to be raw vegan. I would love that. I would. The processed foods isn't the issue for me, or the experience that I value more than raw veganism. It's not processed foods, it's seafood. Me and seafood. Okay, so there's two types of porn. that I enjoy. And those two types of porn, um, that's non-sexual, it are real estate porn and seafood porn. So anything when you see these huge lobsters, these huge shrimps, these mussels and clams and crab, these the blue crabs and all that. So like all those restaurants from New York and Baltimore, like oh, and they're just covered in butter. Ooh, like that's my shit. That's my shit. Um, so yeah, that's the real like me and raw veganism. Like maybe if I had like a day, if I had like a seafood day, if I had like a seafood day, because it's gonna support me when I finally move to Brazil. And I'll talk about that. So yeah, because when I first went to Brazil, they have this dish called paella. Now, of course, you can get paella anywhere in the world, a lot of places in the world, but because I first tasted paella in Rio during Carnival on Copacabana Beach, like paella is a thing to me. But let me talk to you about that. So, yes, the 90-day $1 million thing, that's real, right? But also, my son graduated high school last week, and I've been saying this for a decade. As soon as he's out of here, I'm next. So the way that I will be out of here is I am doing a stint in New York City because I've always desired to be a New Yorker, even for just a little while. I've been to New York many, many times, 10 times or more. Adore New York, adore everything about New York, all the roughness, and I love it. And for a time, I was a person who lived in Hollywood, California. So I know what that's like, going to Runyon Canyon by Ralph's and all that. But now I really desire to be a New Yorker. And it's perfect because I'm getting there the week of Pride. And so I'll be there for the summer. And so summer in New York, this just sounds amazing. So I'm excited about that. And then after New York, I do a multiple country thing. So I pick a country, stay there for 2 months, but in those 2 months, I visit the places around that, but I have a base. So I have a 2 month base and then visit the places around it. So, like, let's say I go to Ecuador, and then I stay in Ecuador for 2 months, but the places around Ecuador I can go to. And so that's what I like. So I do that for a year, 6 places, 2 months each. That's a year. Then I come back, I stay for like a month, and then I move to Brazil. Like that's it. So I said today, this is the last birthday that I will spend, that I will experience in Oklahoma. It is. I don't plan on ever coming back here for a birthday. And luckily, there's no one in my family um, that shares a birthday with me that I hold in very, very high regard. Most of my family members are April and May babies. I can send them things, but as far as coming here, my daddy's dead. So Father's Day, like, I'm not worried about that. Um, so yeah, it's a lot of transition happening very soon, and I'm ready for all the transitioning. And so being here at my mother's house, because I taught you all about that. She invited me here when she learned about this 90-day, just to give me some breathing space and being cared for, being supported. And it felt good. So I haven't been living here, only been living here for maybe 3 weeks now. And so I'll leave when I leave from New York, I'll leave from here. But I got the lease documentation from the person in New York yesterday, and I have to sign that by next week. Good place, nice place, nice place. Upper Yeah, I love it. I love it. I'm definitely one of the five boroughs. Not Long Island. Love Long Island. I love y'all's food. I dated a girl in Long Island, a girl from El Salvador. But no, not Long Island, not Jersey. Love Jersey too, but not Jersey. New York City proper. Um, but yeah, lots of things that are coming. Um, there's I'm feeling more of the isness these days. Like it just is. $1 million just is. There are people that pitch me. We have this program, we have this program, and they're like, well, what'll happen if you don't meet your goal? There's no such thing. No, but like, what happens if you don't do the 7? That's not a thing. I've been in the business transformation space for a decade. When I have a goal, I have a goal. It might not happen within the window of time, and I get that. I understand things happen, for sure. Am I setting myself up for that? No. Am I making a plan B? No. But do I cognitively, intelligently know those things? Yes, I do. I know what Murphy's Law is, and I don't have a backup plan. I don't have a backup plan. Because they're like, well, what if you only sell one? You do understand that I know about profit margins. So if I understand about profit margins and I sell one, that means I can now fund the marketing that needs to happen so we don't have to do things so organically. Um, I'm just really clear about things these days. Like I said, I built this for 2 years. I've been building this for 2 years. Is it cocky? To you, it might be. Do I care? No. But I'm very sure. I'm very self assured. How can you be 41 with a grown child, with over 20 years in the military, with multiple deployments, commanded units, and brought them back from combat zones, and not be self assured by now? And that's what also has been happening lately in the last couple of weeks. I have these conversations with individuals who desire to support me in some way, usually me hire them some kind of way. And because of that, when I finally do say towards the end of the meeting how old I am and I put years on my experience, they're like, wait, I didn't even consider that you were. But I'm like, even if I wasn't that age, even if I didn't have those years, like, allow people to know, allow people to be sure. Now, I'm not I'm not someone that's not willing to have a proper conversation, like have a proper SWOT analysis, like understanding strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. Like we have to understand those things. So like even when people talk about, so like let's talk about your social media numbers, like your exposure in the world. I'm aware. Now I know that me and Oprah, me and Richard Brunson, me and who's somebody else I like. Me and recently I've been liking Tyler the Creator. He seems dope. My son introduced me to him. I'm My divinity is no more, no less than their divinities. However, I'm clear as far as the analytics, as far as the awareness in the world that people have about them than they know about me. I get that. And I don't feel bad about that. And we can have really intelligent, sophisticated conversations when it comes to numbers. And people get to be sure. Even when there's no evidence of the shortness, people still get to be sure. They do. And I do. And I am. Yeah. And so let me do something that I haven't done on the videos in a while. Let me go there. I can feel the first person. I can see my account that says the number that says $150,000. I can see it. I can see the wire. I can see the payment. However it comes, I see it. Then I see me reaching out to the film partners and making sure they like, here's your part to do your part. All right, we're ready to start. All right, so onboarding is now. We start the onboarding process, and things are moving. The project management boards are getting updated. And then we have another one. And then we have another one. And there's a stillness in when I think about it like that, when I feel the feeling of the wish fulfilled, it's not this, oh my God. It's not that. It's not that. It's not that. It's, it's not an excited joy. It's I've been telling y'all. I've been telling y'all. I don't know what you, like, I've been telling y'all. I know this is dope. I'm aware. I am. So yeah. All right. So with that, that's it. I'm gonna go back to watching Bling Empire New York. Since I'm gonna be a New Yorker, be rich too. So might as well learn about the rich side of New York. And so with that, as always, I am Asa Leveaux,